and mode of payment to different service providers,
la préparation du budget électoral et d'autres dépenses connexes,
security during elections,
la question de la sécurité lors des élections,
the use of technology,
l'utilisation, l'usage de la technologie,
the accreditation of local and international observers,
le système d'accréditation des observateurs nationaux et étrangers,
engagement with electoral stakeholders,
les séances de discussion avec les parties prenantes des élections,
and other aspects of Nigeria's electoral experience.
et d'autres aspects relatifs à l'organisation des élections générales au Nigeria.
In response, the Commission has drawn up an elaborate program for the visit.
Dans ce cadre, la CENI nigériane a préparé un programme qui devant répondre aux préoccupations exprimées par la Sénat du Bénin.
Covering all aspects of the electoral process.
Ce programme couvre tous les aspects de l'organisation des élections.
Various departments within the Commission are scheduled to brief the visitors.
Différents départements et directions de la CENI nigériane ont fait des présentations par rapport aux points soulevés par la Sénat du Bénin.
Peer learning and peer support will help to strengthen processes.
Les discussions qui auront lieu vont nous aider à renforcer le système électoral dans nos pays.
I want to assure Sena that we will fully share our experience with you.
Je voudrais rassurer la Sénat, les membres de la Sénat, que la CENI nigériane ne manquera pas de partager ses expériences en matière d'organisation des élections avec vous.
And make available relevant documents
Nous allons également mettre à votre disposition des documents pertinents dans le cadre de l'organisation des élections.
that will enrich your understanding of our processes.
Ces documents vont vous permettre de mieux comprendre le processus électoral du Nigeria.
Mr. President Sena, I welcome you and your delegation once again to INEC Nigeria.
Monsieur le Président de la Sénat, distingués membres de la Commission, de la délégation de la Sénat, je vous exprime mes mots de bienvenue une fois encore.
Merci beaucoup.
So the death rumor should now be laid to rest. Okay, Yakubu Momodu is alive and he is well. And to those of you who are preparing for 2027, now Momodu Yakubu go still conduct the charade for now. Just to make a remind all of you. So those of you who are working that you want to go and do coalition with PDP, well, you probably would have to, I think it is going to be easier for a cow to pass through the needle hole, right? Than for una to remove Tifnumbu through any election in that contraption, especially with PDP, who are very much like the same as APC. I'm just saying, here is the latest from one of the supposed PDP states in Nigeria, Delta states. Listen to the guy. The video is trending, I think.
I want to appeal to Yoruba Nation today. I'm saying it here. I'm a Yoruba man. I'm governor for Delta State. But I will tell you, whether you like it or not, I want to say it here. Mr. President that you see is supporting this administration. God has made him the president as God has made me You don't know. So as you are supporting me, support him. Because if he fail, I will fail. But he will not fail, I will not fail. Mr. President has appointed our sons and daughters into position. God has given him victory. God has given him victory. People should support us to succeed. I want to appeal.
So I can tell you, you have Yakubu there. Then you have the supposed PDP governors very much in bed with Tifnumbu. And the way the things work, you rub my back or you scratch my back, I scratch your back. You rub my back, I rub your back. You rub my belly, I rub your belly. That's how they run it. There is nothing that concerns them with whatever all of them they face. So if they are asking you or telling you that opposition should come together to do what? That is one on the side, right? Now let's talk a little bit about insecurity. You see, the Nigeria Senate or senators, they were chatting about the level of insecurity in states and how the state governors continue to claim not to have any control over the security apparatuses, despite the fact that all of them are taking hundreds of millions of naira every month as security vote. Wait, where did they use that security vote for? Like every state is taking, every state governor is taking it, and they do not account for it. It's like a free money. In Ogun State, the security votes that the state governor takes home every month is over 600 million naira. Can you believe that? And if you go to some states, some governors are taking as much as 900 million, 1 billion naira every month as security votes. And you can't ask them what they are using the money for. But when you talk about insecurity in those places, yeah, the federal controls the police, the army, the navy, the air force, and all these guys, okay? Yeah. But why are these guys collecting security votes that they do not have to account for, Baba? If a state governor is taking 500 million naira as security votes every month, Baba, that's 6 billion naira every year. If the governor spent 4 years, that is how much? 24 billion naira. If you spend 8 years, do the math now. That is 48 billion naira. Gastikia, like, and he doesn't really have to tell you what he's doing with the money. I have an idea what some of them are doing with the money, because usually what they do is that they bribe. Is it bribe? They pay. I mean, they share the money, a fraction of it, with like the commissioner of police, the AIGs, the area commanders, as they call them. Like they shall share the money with all these guys when they call what they call the monthly security meeting. And sometimes they will just go and that's not security vote money. I wanted to say sometimes they share security vehicles. All those Tokumbo, Aloku pickups. The ones they always share to the police in almost every state. Every now and then you will see them. They will share cars, they will share bikes to police, you know. But that one is a different, they always take that one from their main budget. Security vote money, nobody they know what they are doing with the money. And I think that's why this guy raised the alarm on that in their Senate today.
Let me join Senator Tony in also commiserating and paying condolences to those who lost their dear lives. Mr. President, Sansani, Kalendi, Fawashi are all familiar villages to me. You recall that Gombe was part of Bauchi State, and this territorial district is particularly known to me because I have a relationship that dates back to 40 years. And therefore, when I see these things, I remember the good old days during Christmas, around periods like this, that we traverse for a week before Christmas between Gombe, Kansani, Pawashi, Beleri, Kaltungo, and all those areas. We spend like very good 1 week transversing to commemorate the Christmas period of every given year. And it's this kind of sweet memories still linger in some of our minds. And that the signal that this marauder sent is that people should not enjoy their Christmas. But Mr. President, I don't know how many times as Parliament are we going to be discussing these issues which has become a tradition. Month in, month out, we bring some of these things to the notice of the Nigerian authority. But by and large, I think we need to go beyond these issues and try to take a stock, a holistic stock, Mr. President, especially at this December period, and try to come up with ideas as to why the persistence from one state to the other, especially within the northern Nigeria and some part of eastern and southern Nigeria around this period of time. These problems are becoming pervasive, and the non-state actors are gaining ground to make signals that all is not well, and probably we are not in control. I think this chamber must raise to expectation, Mr. President, and do the needful. I believe this motion is apt, is timely, but I do not think we must keep on doing what we are doing and bringing in same arguments without resolving change. Lastly, Mr. President, I'm concerned. Throughout this motion, my brother did not mention the role of the state government. You and me, as a former governor, I wasn't, you know, over 500 million, the least, is paid to some state governors for what they call a security board. Senator Dixon said that's not true. I have governors' friends. Mr. President, my argument, it is not whether 500 million is for a security board, but I know as a matter of fact, as a matter of institution, that every state government or governor has what he calls security board. I'm not sure about the amount. The issue is, what does that security board represent? Mr. President, you're a governor. I want governors here. I want you, sir. I want governors who are here. What does that security board represent? And why is it every time there are security issues, nobody mentions as the role of the governors? Why is the role of the governor? What are they supposed to be doing with the security board? Even though maybe that is the way of thinking. But I'm concerned, Mr. President, that every time we do these things, almost on a need basis, no mention of what a governor could do or can do. I know that security officers of their state. The Constitution says so. Governors are the chief security officers of their state. The controlling apparatus, of course, is in Abuja, but what is the role? We need to do that. And when we do that, then we need to evaluate and find a balancing act. What a state governor should do, what the president should do, what the chief of army staff should do, what the inspector general of police should do, and so on and so forth. And that is my concern. But this is a beautiful motion, and we'll commensurate with them, Mr. President. Thank you. Let me join.
Nuisance, Lele.
He's acting smart. He was the guy that raised alarm on the padding of 2024 budget by Akwabiole and his gang. When Tinubu submitted the budget of 24 trillion, and Akwabiole and his gang, they passed the budget of 28 trillion. It was the one who said that they've padded the budget by over 6 trillion naira. And he gave us, do you remember? That's the guy. I was the one. So he gave us the evidence of how they did duplication of projects in different ministries. He exposed all of that. What did they do to him? He got suspended. Yeah, that's why he's being careful. I'm not sure of the amount. I'm not sure of the amount of the security votes. But you are governor, Mr. President. We have governors here who can tell us how much is the security vote. And now, it mensurate with them. And here is Akwabioli's response.
Proceed to answer you, because I'm no longer a governor. But on what the governors are doing with security votes, I think when you will become a governor, you will find out. That's number one. When you become a governor, you will find out what they do with the security votes. That's the first one. Secondly, Senator Alero will tell you that the amount of how do I call it? The amount of attempts at insecurity that you stop or you void are more than the ones that come to the public. And then those ones are never reported. So sometimes the security votes will go to even stop the criminals in their tracks before they carry out their nefarious acts. But those ones are never reported because it's only bad news that is good news. The press can never report anything that is very good. But it is true that the state governments have a role to play and that they cannot hand over security to the federal government alone. And coincidentally, even the state government, security is everybody's business. If we need to be secured, every Nigerian must be part of maintenance of security, peace and harmony in each part of the federation. So I think it's a good motion. But DSP, before you proceed to answer you.
You see, he didn't give any answer. Or making no be like saying no, say something. That if you want, rather than say, well, when I was a governor, my security vote was 100 million naira. And I used to give this money to that to stop some of the crimes before they even happen, blah, blah. No. He said when he becomes governor, he will find out. You and I can't know. It's the top one. Imagine being a state governor and you are cashing out 48 billion naira in 8 years that you don't have to account for. Out of that 48 billion, if you just probably share 8 billions or yeah, some people will still be praising you now. Yeah, for that 8 years. Just share that, here you get. Just share 8 billions on top. Everybody collect your share. Real fathers, their own political thugs, the head of, army in your state, the head of DSS, this and that. Everybody take your jara for 8 years. And you can still walk away with over 40 billion. And you don't have to account for it. Do you now see why they all want to be governors? And even kill for it. This one our governor too, from Sokoto, by the way.
On behalf of government and good people of Sokoto State, I am presenting this souvenir to you in our own small way of saying thank you for the visit. This is a leather design artist by our younger ones, our younger generation in the state who are into handcraft design in our efforts to make them self-reliant, to make them productive, and by extension, useful members of our society. Look at it very carefully. It carries complete your name. Please take it, display it either in your office or at home, so that whenever you look at it, yes, so that whenever you look at it, yes, you will remember that you have been to Sokoto, the seat of the caliphate. And also, this is just one pillowcase by a package, a big mat. I'm opening this for the benefit of our press, so that they cannot say that I take something and put it and give it to the doctor. No, this is just an extension and the full package of this seminar. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. And we are highly grateful for this visit.
That's their governor in Sokoto. Some said that he's also a druggie. So they now posted a picture of him. I don't know. I don't want to say that. Probably that is some whatever it is. But when you see people with this blue tongue in Nigeria, it is generally believed that they are drug users or drug abusers. You know, it's a joke as well. But he's a governor. You know, in Nigeria, the guy used 14 billion naira to feed the people. According to him, the budget 14 billion to feed people, the poor people. Like they are cooking for them, which is not true. Then the same guy used about 1.4 or 1.5 billion naira to repair 6 boreholes in his states, not to start a water project, to boreholes, to repair boreholes. So that's how they kind of like do it in that place, Nigeria, man. So all of that probably will be a problem, or that's going to be a problem if they would have to make their own money themselves in the long run, you know. But let's leave Sokoto and quickly come to Osu. You know, the youth of this community. I want to pick up the name because I'm so terrible with names, so to say. It's called the Ihite Nensa in Osu local government area. So they have decided to stand up to the criminal unknown gunmen have been a terrorist in their community, which has chased a lot of them out, apart from the other uniformed terrorists terrorizing them. So they decided to take back their community, stand up against those who have turned the area into the den of terrorism and all that as well. And in a video they made public earlier today, from what they did from this past weekend, I want to share this part with you. People are taking back their communities in their own little way.
Yeah, Akama na Nansa. Only Akama. Okay, Nansa on their own. Bow.
Everyone can do it again. They went to the house and I do the house. Take care. You will leave everything. Okay.
It's a let kill and that come and bend. Maybe I got to talk on go. Okay. That be yeah, okay, down to you about us. Yeah, down to us. Oh, wow. You be broken now. Ah, go go. Who never go but do that? Yeah, sure now. You can. Let my PG.